Alright, so War Thunder, Air Arcade Battles. I play this game mostly for the Air Arcade Battle, or for the Air Battle, so we're gonna dive into Air Arcade. As you can see, we're low on Silver Lion, so we are gonna use that Silver Lion boost, and we're gonna check our inbox, and then quickly get into Air Arcade Battles, and we're gonna load into our first game, and our first game is gonna be Guam, but I am playing the American tree, and I only have gotten to World War II aircraft. But right now we're getting into the game and we're just scouting out some aircraft here. We're seeing where everybody's at. I see that I'm not actually the only one going off to the left wing, and on the left wing is some ships over there and some aircrafts coming over. So take notice of that Spitfire that's actually coming over. He's going to get a little bit closer, and he's gonna, I don't know if he's going to target that F4F or F3F down there, or if he's going to go after our ships. So I'm hanging up in case he does start to engage with that F3F. I'm looking down and he does start to engage that F3F. So we're actually going to go down and get into that fight. We're going to still dive down, and diving down in these aircraft are slow because, once again, they're World War II aircraft. But he then decides to try to go after and hit some of our ships over there, but I don't think his plane had rockets or really anything that could damage that plane or damage the ships enough. So he's going to try to do some damage to the ship, which I think he eventually does, but not too much. And at this point, I start to wonder if any of this AA fire missed him, but we're about 2,000 feet out, and we go right over him, and we're going to try to turn fight him, because turn fighting in the World War II aircraft is very easy, especially in that, and we run out of stamina very quickly, and we lose control. So at this point, I can't gain control back quickly enough, so try to see where he is. And to my eyes, he's actually trying to turn on me to try to get me because I ran out of stamina. So we're going to try to turn fight him, and it's going well, but except he hits us one or two times, so on the wing. So we're going to try to turn fight him, but unfortunately he has that position now. But he quickly loses it. But he regains that position, so he's chasing after us right now. The Gaylor F3F is actually coming very handy because you see he hits us there, but that Gaylor's F3F actually buys us some time to get away. He still has position on us and is still shooting at us. But that Gaylor's F3F is going to re-engage with him sometime soon, so I figured out why he wasn't chasing me. And we can see that he's currently tied up with that Gaylor's F3F up there, that other aircraft. So we're going to try to turn with what wings we have left and try to get on him. But he turns just as quick as I do and hits me there. And at this point, our aerodynamics are so kind of messed up. He's going to turn on us once again. He's going to hit us, and he's going to run in right into our tail wing. And in the end, we eventually have to crash because we can't fly without a tail rudder. So that was our first attempt in that other aircraft. Now we're in an F4F. We're once again scanning for targets around, and I see a TBD-1 that's going after our ships. And I know that that's, I think, a bomber. So I was expecting him to at least get something out of this, like maybe a bombing run, but you can see he's getting pounded with AA fire, and he doesn't manage it very well because he gets a hit, and you can see the AA fire goes on him automatically. And he just kind of kamikazes the ships right there, and he just crashes into it. And I thought it was so funny, so I just kind of let him go. So we're gonna speed this up now because nothing really happened. We were indecisive where we wanted to go. I saw a B4 over there, but I also saw a 2-on-1 situation go into a 2-on-2, then a 2-on-1. I was just kind of monitoring to the left. The B34 wasn't B24, B34 wasn't was too far out, so we decided to go and engage, and you see we're indecisive, but we go and engage because it's a 2-on-2 that quickly turns into a 2-on-1, as you can see in the corner down there. And so we're going to try to give some air assistance to that. I know we're trying to kind of get down that base and we're trying to defend it, but the less fighters there are in the air around that base, the better chance we have at getting this done. So we're going to go after this P400 here, and take note of this P400 later. So we're going to go after this Beaufighter, and aircraft are exploding left, right, and center in front of me, and the Beaufighter is actually very slow. We're actually catching up to it very quickly, but I'm pretty much just ignoring other aircraft, and I notice that that's a problem when I play this back, is that I only focus on one aircraft instead of scanning everywhere else. So we're kind of locked on target to this Beaufighter because we're catching up to it, and you notice there's all of these aircraft above, so that should have been a sign for me to just kind of turn back. So we're going to switch our target to the Hurricane, an easy target, and we're going to destroy that aircraft there. So we get a kill, an eye for an eye. I think he took one of our people out. The F3, that F4 F3 is actually going to do a lot of damage to us, not even with bullets, but just on a flyby. And notice that P400 that we should have gone after but didn't. As we're going after this A-20G, that P-400 is going to get position on us again. And we try to chase after some other aircraft. It's whatever. I think we ended up hitting like Galers and other things, but that P-400 got position on us and took us out in the end. So the final plane we're going to get into, I'm scanning for targets with this one, and all the targets that I want to go after just keep on dying. I was going to go after that. The F4F, somebody shot that down. We had the air advantage over this, so we're going to go after this P-36, which is going to engage with some other guys up there. He's just kind of shooting at another aircraft, and I see an A-36 down low. So we're going to go after this A-36. We're going to try to merge with him. We're going to try to get a turn fight, but their tickets run out, and we end up claiming Guam. We end up winning that game. We don't do any damage, though. So that was game number 1. All right, so for game number 2, we're going to be in the mountains of China, and we're going to fast forward this a little bit. Pretty much in this map, it is just close quarters and valleys and everything, and these kind of valleys just lead into one central valley, which you get a lot of action in, considering the bases are, in these mountain spots. So if you're a bomber and like to dive, this might be a good one for you, but this was an awesome map for me to do. So we're going to fly around a little bit. We're going to try to see who's attacking once again from the left wing. I find that nobody is over here, and so we try to go after a ground target. We eventually destroy that ground target, and so I see that a lot of people are actually coming up over here, so we're going to go on this central kind of valley on the enemy side, and we see this Yak-1 engaging one of our enemies, and this is where the fun starts. So one friendly, so it's a 3-on-2 right now, and we're chasing after this Yak-1, and so that Yak-1 is going to do a lot of damage to us, especially on our engine, but we get that kill. So we're going after this P-38E. We get a hit on him, but he flies quickly right past us. P-400 coming in to assist, and we get a critical hit on that one. F3F2 coming in, and that's a Galer's F3F2, and we get that kill assist. So some assists, some kill assists, but one of our bases was destroyed. I try my best to kind of, help my enemies out here, and at this point we're just a glider, but that Galer's is going to get within range again. We're going to just dive down here, and that's just going to be that. We try eventually to go for the landing. We're actually going to try to go after this aircraft again, but we had put down the landing gear, and we're just going to try to put it down safely somewhere where we can get points for landing, and in the end, it really didn't matter because it was only 20 research points, but still, landing gear is down, and we're trying too much, but we're going at a downslope, so that isn't that good for us, and eventually, I think we just kind of crash into the ground here. Yeah, we're just going to crash it, and that's going to be the end of our run. Counts as a crash landing, and somebody gets the kill credit for it, but we get the research points for it for landing, as you can see. So attempt number 2, we're flying into this one of the valleys on the right over here, and we're going to try to engage some people. So and honestly, this is something that I really like because in these aircraft especially, they're camouflaged so well that you can just fly low to the ground. So we see an enemy aircraft, and we're just going to fast forward to where the action starts. So enemy comes, we're going to quickly merge with him, and that's one of our planes that we almost hit. But we're going to try to turn fight this guy again. We get the kill assist for it, and not the actual kill credit. So there's that. There's an F4F that's coming in very quickly, so we're going to try to engage that F4F3, but he flies right past us. And we're going to try to turn fight him, but that same F4F is actually coming up to us. And Moist Napkin, so we get a crit on Moist Napkin, but he's going to eventually fly around, and that was an enemy fighter right there. We're actually putting in some pretty good hits on this guy. We got a hit right there, as you can see, but nothing really too much. And that F4F3 is actually just going to, we're actually going to engage that, and we get a hit, but I think somebody ends up running up on us here and kills us. We get the kill assist on that again, and I was just kind of, at this point, like, why do we keep getting assists for these? But that's whatever. We have a badly damaged tail wing, and we're just flying around. You can see some enemies actually coming in. So we're going to try to get away, get some altitude, get any sort of kind of speed we can to be able to turn fight these guys. That P-40E, there's a P-40E that's coming up on us, and Fat Yellow Dog as well. Just going into that valley, one of those planes just dives right into that valley, but we're going to go after that F4F of Fat Yellow Dog. He's going to fly right past us. We almost clip one of our guys, and this F4F3 is almost dead to begin with, and a lot of close calls with these aircraft. So we're looking for more people to kind of fight, climbing in, up and in the valley, taking him down. Going after just ground targets here to try to get anything we can. We ended up killing one. And so this is the point where I see Tailfire and I immediately dive into the valley or that crest there to try to get something done, but it's futile. You can see I try to see who's on us, but I don't see him. And in the end, the Silent Archer got us. This one, I tried actually climbing up the bomber height. I saw this F4U at the same height. He was just a little bit up, and I thought he was going to engage me. And he was closing in very quickly, so I tried to prepare for that, but that went about as well as you'd expect it to go. He burns us down right away and just kind of leaves us for dead. So there was that attempt done. And close to the end of the game here, that F4FU that shot us down, or the F4U that shot us down. We're going to try to engage this guy one more time. He's coming around the valley there. But the game eventually ends, and that was game number 2. So we're going to be in the Foothills map this time, and honestly, I really like this map. I think it's beautiful visually. But over here we have this TBF that we are going to try to go after for our first kill. Not the first kill of the video, but the first kill of this game. And I see that he's flying very slowly, so I eventually try to target him, and I get a critical hit there and a kill assist. Another kill assist, which is great. So there I see this P400 who's quickly closing in on me. So I'm going to try to go after this, and of course we see other bullets flying at me, but that HBE is going to fly right at him. And so coming right into this other one, I see bullets flying up at me, and I hear bullets flying up at me. So I look around, I see who is the culprit, and I see that they're climbing very quickly towards me. So I'm going to try to merge this guy and this P36. We get a crit, and we get our first kill of this game. And so there's a P400 that is sitting right below him as well, who looks like another easy kill. So I'm going to fly right behind him. As soon as I'm in targeting distance, I start to engage. I get a critical hit. And this guy was honestly kind of hard because he did that, but he's going to try to turn. He's going to try to want to run away, but it is no use for right now. Actually, he does kind of succeed right now because we're recovering. But that P400, once again, is all ours. There's another enemy kind of trying to track us down, but that P400 is just so damaged to the point where it can't even fly straight. So there's bullets coming at me. I don't know if we ever get the kill credit for that. I think we do. At this point, there's other aircraft following me. That same P400 actually that we shot at is going to try to follow me. So I'm going to try to turn around, and I'm going to try to evade these guys because bullets are bad for the aircraft, and airplanes don't like bullets. Let's just put it that way. So we're desperately trying to kind of run away from these guys. Of course, maneuvering left, right, doing barrel rolls, flying close to the ground. But once again, it's to no avail. All of the use I can make, we're still not at a higher speed. Even with more emergency power engaged, it's still nothing, and we get absolutely shredded. So coming back into this part of the game, we're in the valley, and we're in our P36G, which is actually pretty cool. Which is actually pretty good aircraft. We're going to go after this KI-10, who is currently engaged with another guy. We're going to fly very close to him, but that KI is quickly shot down. And then we see this P26B over here. We don't decide to go for that. In fact, we think we're getting shot at, so we're going to check our 6 really quickly, and nothing to avail from that. And of course, aircraft above that are going to be joining in the fight once again. This P36 has 20 mil, so that is not that bad. There's a P400 here that merges with me, and we get a critical hit on it. But one thing that in this game that I don't like is that when people merge, sometimes they try to run into you intentionally, which is not good. So we're fast forwarding this because we're actually flying above in the valley, and I see an SPD-3 all alone go off to the side. So I think an easy kill, especially in a early World War II bomber. So easy kill. We're gonna try to go for it, and we do. We're closing actually fairly quickly here in this SPD-3, maneuvering around, getting to it, and we start to engage. We get a critical hit right off the bat, so not too bad. He's going to try to evade as much as he can, but he's in a bomber, and we are in a much quicker and more agile plane than him, so we get another hit on him there, and we eventually have to go to try to reorganize ourselves over here. Taking into effect now this SPD-3, we are actually quite behind him, in a good position. We fire, and we let everything loose, and we get our second kill of the game, so not bad. And eventually we just kind of escape towards the mountains off to the right. Once again, this Foothills is a very awesome map, and I don't know where this takes place, but later in the same aircraft, there's a P-40 F-10 that we see down in the valley here. So we're going to try to chase after this P-40. And the engagement on this, I look back, it wasn't that great. But the thing that kind of sold me to him was that he started to engage my teammate. And so we're kind of firing, just kind of spraying right now. We get a critical hit on him. We try to readjust ourselves, try to get the kill on him. Moving back, and we get a very nice kill there, actually. One of the better ones that I've had. Then it's A-20G, who is closing as well, kind of on us. He starts to merge, but I quickly noticed that he's going for another aircraft, so we hit him once. And I think eventually we're in a position because I think he's damaged or he's just in a slower aircraft, but there's two of us trying to follow him. This guy eventually ends up crashing, and we eventually dump all of our guns onto this A-20G, so our guns run out quickly. We have 19 seconds till the weapons reload, so we need to find 19 seconds to kill where we don't get shot down, but somehow keep an eye on this A-20G. And so we're actually going to fly off to the side and then going to recenter ourselves on this A-20G, flying very lowly. He, once again, either is a new player or is damaged or something like that because he's just flying very low to the ground. His tail gunner is just wailing at us, but we eventually reload. We get a critical hit on this guy, and we destroy his aircraft. So a nice kill with the A-20G, just kind of did that, and he shot down one of ours, so we get the Avenger key for this one. We're trying to fly around once again, checking the scoreboard. We actually see that we're in 5th place, so not bad. 5 air-to-air kills compared to the 11 and 12 on our team, which kind of helped. This F3, F2, we're going to kill that aircraft very quickly, a last-minute kill. We're going to fly around, but it's, of course, to no use. We check the scoreboard once again. We're still in 5th place, 1 air assist this time, or 2 air assists this time. Or no, 2 deaths, 1 air assist, so there's that. I'm not very good at this, but I don't even know how I got up to the screen, but it's the map. Just still checking stuff, but once again, the enemy team is up to no use, and so we're actually going to win this game very quick, very easily here, and we're trying to fly back to base because we are fairly injured, but there's that. So hopefully you guys like this video. Please let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this. I tried to take this in a different direction than before, so if you guys like this style of video, please let me know. Please also subscribe if you do like this style of content, because I will try to make more of this for you guys, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, home guys.